Shalom family, this is brother Matt. Alright, first giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Tried to go to my little spot today, but guess what? They won't let you in because of COVID. I come down here whenever I get a chance, which is not often. Last time I was down here was about maybe 6 months ago, maybe a little longer than that. Yeah, just come down here to relax, man. This is San Pedro. It's cool to just come and look at the water. See, I'm gonna let y'all see. See there, the birds. Kind of cool to just come and just get a change of venue, you know. Look at those tankers out there. I don't know if you can see them. Something's definitely going on though, because they're not supposed to be sitting out there like that. Y'all see that? It's a bunch of them. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 tankers out there. All right, 14. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all know what that means. That means the money's locked up, man. All right, that's what I be telling y'all. All right, this money is locked up. All right, and that title 50 that the Bennies is telling us about, the shit that went through, man. That they've never had shit blocked up like that. And this is a main harbor out here in San Pedro. This is where they drop a lot of stuff, man. Cars, stuff from China. See, if the shit is locked up, they can't import their goods. See, yeah. So anyway, I've been out here for a little while. I walked off my little grits and my waffle, you know what I mean, which was good. It's not 79th Street, it's 83rd. My bad. You get them crossed up. It's 83rd and Western, man. If you ever want to go down there, get the G Bird special. All right. So, yeah. So, I guess we need to get to some videos, huh? You know, y'all know me. All gas, no brakes. We're gonna get back here. I got some things to say to this cretin named Rico. I want to address a couple of things about some things he said about going to the Philippines and all that. It's gonna be quite interesting. This is a beautiful place back here, man. Like I said, I like to come here and just relax. See, got motorcycles back there. They come here and do their little sitting down and everything. Don't get many days off, so you gotta make your days, you know. Oh, okay. Open my window down a little bit. All right. break time's over. Nice little walk. Thank y'all for enjoying it with me. But let's move ahead to business, right? All right. I do this, number one, to keep y'all edified. Number two, well, I do this, number one, to bring glory to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Number two, I do this to edify y'all. And number three, I do this to piss off the scoffers. All right. So, this is what I read in the comment board, because this is what I want to clear up. Where do I start? All right. This is from the false prophet killer. The false prophet killer. You need to commit suicide then, nigga. It says, it won't be as he tries to put it in your mind with tents. You talking about me. He talking about me saying that we'll be in Colorado, North Carolina, or South Dakota, right? He says, it won't be as he tries to put it in your mind with tents. We will actually have homes, often one of the thousands of islands in the Philippines where the Most High said we would rest before restoring our power and eventually heading back to Zion. Restoring your power. Where does it say that at? That's in the New Testament. Where does it say he's going to restore your power? Where? You're quoting Paul now. I thought you didn't believe in the New Testament. All right? That's number one. You're talking about going to the Philippines. All right? I got a couple of questions for you. All right? There are over 7,000 islands in the Philippines. Which one did y'all put money on? Do you know? Do you know the coordinates? That's number one. Number two, how are you going to move everybody there? That's not U.S. territory. So everybody would have to have passports, including the babies. Okay? So how are you going to do that? And then last but not least, in order to get the passports to travel internationally now, because those are international waters, you got to take the shot. So how are you going to do that? See, it's fun making you look like the fucking idiot that you are, Rico. How the fuck are you going to transfer the 1/3 to the Philippine Islands? All right, those are my questions for you. All right, now let me show you something. As far as U.S. territories, all right, Samoa, that would have been better. All right, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, those islands there you could have went to without a passport because that's U.S. territory. You said the Philippines. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something, numbnuts. Remember this? Remember the land grant? Okay, read it and weep. That's the Philippine Islands, all right? Which I told you, the beneficiaries hold title to, because it was included in the Title 50 Appendix claim that we keep telling you about. So how are you going to move everybody there? That's number one. Number two, if you did, how are they going to survive? Homes? What homes? You got money to build homes for people over there? I thought you said you was going to be in the wilderness. You could have homes here. Now, let's move along. Show you really how dumb you sound. All right? This is off of Celeste Juarez post. You can cling on to the real remnant. The real remnant. So we're not the remnant. Okay. We will be in the wilderness as scripture tells us to go. That dollar is turning digital, and the states will not be the place to be. They have a whole army and military stations over here. Nothing this pastor is telling you will work the way he thinks. Look up the military arrests that took place during curfew in Minneapolis last week. That is what will happen all throughout these states. Isaiah told us to leave the wilderness in chapter 27. So did Hosea chapter 2 verse 14. Okay, so you're afraid of the army. That's what you said, right? You said that the dollar is turning digital. We know that. See, you don't understand wealth. In the Title 50 appendix claim, you think we're going to be having money? No, we're not going to have money. See, when you have wealth, you don't need money because you own everything. So let me show you how it works. You have a trustee in charge and you have assistants. That's what you do. Like, I'm not going to go and say, wow, how much is that Lamborghini truck? $225,000. Wow, let me see if I have enough money. No, that ain't how it works. The position we're going to be in, it's like this. All right. I'll say I want a bumblebee yellow and black Lamborghini SUV. Yeah, 2021. All right. Tell them what trim I want and all of that good stuff. All right. And then they order it. They pick it up. They have it delivered to wherever I'm living at. All right. If I say I want a 2021 Cadillac ESV, all right, fully loaded, all right, all leather interior. I want it, you know, white pearl paint, white with a blue pearl. I want black interior, all right, and I want I don't know, 26-inch Lexani wheels on there. All right, I want 45 series Gator back tires. Let's just say I wanted that. They put the order in, they have it delivered. No money. I just get that. That's it. All right. And yes, I want the V8. I do want a supercharger installed. All right. And I want modified exhaust. I want 2.5-inch twin tailpipes coming out the back. I can order it any way I want. Okay, that's how it works. All right. There's no money. There's no, you know, how much is it going to cost? You just get it. That's all. So see, you don't understand wealth. That's how it works. All right. You're going to be living that way. You're going to be in the wilderness. Okay. Because you're not going to be with us. That's for damn sure. So look what it says. You can cling onto the real remnant. We will be in the wilderness as scripture tells us to go. That dollar is turning to digital and the states will not be the place to be. Well, why not? See, Colorado, North Carolina, and South Dakota are republic states. They're no longer under the corporation. So when you move to Colorado and you change your ID to Colorado ID, you're going to be brought in under a republic mandate, not corporate, which puts us under the trust. Okay, that's why when the call comes, I have to go there, and then I'm released from all of my debts under the corporation of America. Stupid ass. All right, got to break the science down to you. Okay, so we know the dollar's turning digital. We're not going to be using the dollar. We ain't going to have money. We ain't going to need it. All we're going to do is say yes and yes. That's it. Okay. Now, let's talk about the Army. They have a whole army and military stations over here. Nothing this pastor is telling you will work the way he thinks. Oh, really? Look up the military arrest that took place during a curfew in Minneapolis last week. Yeah, well, that's because they arrested persons. When you change your citizenship to Colorado, all right, under the trust, you are no longer a person, you're a people. Okay? Let me explain how that works. That's why when you go to court, it'll say the people versus Jim Brown or the people versus Tommy Green, all right? Tommy Green is a person. He's considered dead, all right? The people are the ones that are alive. Those are the ones that have sovereignty. Those are the ones that can't be fucked with. That's what we will have. So no army anywhere, nobody. Have you ever heard of the Rothschilds getting shot at or all that? Well, we are the new Rothschilds, basically. They're out of business. They're out of commission. All right? They own nothing. Did you see all of them ships out there that I just showed you? All those tankers? They can't deliver because there's no money. All right? The fucking ports are locking up. All right? Everything is slowing down. This is proof, okay, that Title 50 appendix is alive and well right now. It's going on. All right? All of these banks, these central banks shutting down. That's proof that Title 50 appendix filed by the beneficiaries is in full effect right now. All of the wealth of the world is being transferred to the Israelites, all right? The 1/3, which you're not a part of. You won't get shit, all right? Now, because we have sovereignty, because we're going to change our IDs to Colorado, which is under the republic, not the corporation, all right? We are above the law. They will not be able to even give us a fucking parking ticket. We have immunity from all of that. We'll be above, all right? What did the scripture say? I'm going to put you above and not beneath. I'm going to make you the lender and not the borrower. That's the position that Title 50 appendix has put us in, dumbass. If a cop pulls us over after running our plates to see that we are sovereign, he can be executed for that. He can't do shit to us. No kind of fucking way. Understand? That's why I say with the land comes the power, dumbass. All right? So, let's move along to the army. All right? It says, this is what will happen all throughout these states. Isaiah told us to leave the wilderness in chapter 27. So did Hosea in chapter 2. Verse 14. All right. What are you talking about? Isaiah chapter 27. Let's go to Hosea 2 and 14. See what you're talking about. Hosea chapter 2. Verse 14. I will also cause all her mirth. I'm going to start at verse 11. I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts. So he did all of that already, right? He did that. He said all of their mirth to cease. The feast days, the new moons, and the Sabbaths, which you still keep, by the way. This is your chapter. He said he was going to cause it to cease. You're still keeping it going. And I will destroy her vines and her fig trees, whereof she has said, these are my rewards that my lovers have given me, and I will make them a forest, and the beasts of the field shall eat them. And I will visit upon her the days of Balaam, wherein she burned incense to them, and she decked herself with her earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers and forgot me, saith the Lord. So it's talking about us as a nation turning our back on him, right? Therefore, behold, I will allure her, and bring her into the wilderness, and speak comfortably unto her, and I will give her her vineyards from thence, and the valley of Achor for a door of hope, and she shall sing there as in the days of her youth, and as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Baali. For I will take away the names of Balaam out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. And in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground, and I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness, and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord. And it shall come to pass in that day, I will hear, saith the Lord, I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth. And the earth shall hear the corn, and the wine, and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy. And I will say to them which were not my people, Thou art my people, and they shall say, Thou art my power. So let's go back up to verse 14. He says, Therefore I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. So you think that means for you to go out to the Philippine Islands, all right, and wait for the Lord to speak comfortably unto you. That's what you think. Really. So let's go to Ezekiel chapter 20. All right. Let's go to verse 33. We're going to compare that to Hosea 2 and 14. Let's see what this says. It says, As I live, saith the Lord power, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the country wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, once again, and there will I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So they got a wilderness of the land, and they got a wilderness of the people. All right? So will I plead with you, saith the Lord, and I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. The bond of the covenant. The wilderness of the people. Let's go back to Hosea chapter 2, verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. So this is talking about going under the bond of the covenant. You fucking idiot. You don't precept, all right? And you got the nerve to call me a church pastor. You don't even precept it, all right? You just have one scripture and think you know what you're talking about, man. It shows how dumb you really are, okay? He said the wilderness of the people, okay? That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about no fucking Philippine Islands, man. Damn, you're going to get somebody killed, dude. You're going to get somebody killed. All right? Let me get another precept. I remember you saying, you said that it was scripture about the isles. You're supposed to go to the isles afar off. That's what you were saying. Let's go to Jeremiah 31. I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, They shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of water in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Verse 10. Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. So you believe that you're supposed to go to the isles afar off. That's not what the scripture is saying. It's clearly saying, Hear the word, O Lord, hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say. So the word is supposed to go to the people that are already out there. It's not telling you to leave and go to the fucking isles afar off, man. Reading and comprehension. You are one dumb motherfucker, once again. All right, now let's deal with the last part. Yeah, I got a little bit of time left. Got a little bit of time. You said, look up the military arrests that took place during curfew in Minneapolis last week. They have a whole army and military stations over here. So we're supposed to be afraid of that, right? Like I said, man, you can never roll with rod of iron because you a fucking coward, man. All right? let's go to I believe it's Zechariah. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 12, starting at verse 5. All right. Before I read that, I want to read what you said one more time. They have a whole army and military stations over here. Nothing this pastor is telling you will work the way he thinks. Look up the military arrest that took place during curfew in Minneapolis last week. That's what you say, right? Well, let me tell you what the word of the Most High say. This is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 5. And the governors of Judah shall say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, and the Lord of hosts their power. Verse 6, in that day I will make the governors of Judah like a hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a sheaf. And they shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left. And Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem. The Lord shall also save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. Verse 8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, and the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all nations that come against Jerusalem. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him as one that is in a bitterness for his firstborn. So that's what we got to say to your military man while you sitting here sucking his white man dick. You scared of him. We not. Why do you think right now the front line and the hard line is being formed? If you had the faith of the grain of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Why do you think we're mobilizing now? Why do you think all this is going on? Why do you think I'm on here? All right? You see anybody else mobilizing? You see anybody else trying to get Israel ready? You see anybody else making plans to move our people, our akwas, our babies? See anybody else doing that? Oh, but you know who David is, huh? I'm just a garbage man that eat chicken dinners, man. That's it. That's all I am, man. I ain't shit. I'm Pastor Pork Chop, right? Man, what the fuck do I know about mobilizing anybody or getting anything together, man, or building an army? I don't know nothing, man. Nothing. But you want to take your dumb ass to the Philippines that we already own, thinking you finna get something. All right? The beneficiaries got everything on lock, and I'm nuts. Recognize, realize, and analyze that. Y'all ain't going to no Philippines, all right? If you do, you got to take the chip. You're locked in. You're going to be right here when all the shit goes down. And you ain't got to leave to go to the Philippines to be in the wilderness. You can go right here. You can get fucked up right here, man. You can get ate by a bear out here, all right? Because if you tried to move 2,000 people out there to the damn Philippine Islands, man, which ones you going to go to? Huh? What? The Solomon Islands or some shit? You're not going nowhere, man. All right? It's a dream, but you try to tell me that I'm delusional, man. But here we are organizing. We got men falling in. All right? We got rank and file now. We already got a commander in place. All right? We got a frontline men in place ready to train. All right? We're going to be ready when that spiritual power comes. We're going to be ready. All right? These men will be fully operational, ready to go. All right? Our akwaf and our children and our mothers and our fathers, our elder ox and akwaf, they're going to be there too. We're going to take care of each other and be a nation. All right? That's what's going to happen. That's all being done under the direction, all right, and the spirit of power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, who you don't believe in, man. You ain't going nowhere, all right? You are going to be the ones out there getting your ass handed to you and getting fucked up, all right, by these Japhites, all right? You are the 2/3, not us, all right? So I just want to make that clear, all right? So, got another video coming up after this, family. Love y'all. This is Brother Matt with another one, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahushai. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace and blessings. Shalom. I'm out.